school with, any of them who actually got into that field, replaced.
Yep.
All of them. There's no reason why, like, a business would consult, like, anybody for making, like, a logo or a design or something.
There's no point now.
Really, it's all what the graphic design function is that, like, the client gives you the idea and then you make, like, you know, your interpretation of that idea and then present it to them. Well, that idea is now an AI prompt, and so they're just the whole job is deleted, you know.
Yep.
It's just crazy.
I mean, think about when we were like in your parents' basement doing the app stuff. We had talked about, both of us, how we went back to school multiple times and shit didn't work out, whatever.
We could go to school now and just use AI to cheat like every other student, like college student.
I know.
You know, it's great. We grew up in like the exact worst time. Like,
I know. But like, it's also the exact best time too, because if we can somehow separate our time to be able to work toward things, we have critical thinking. We can read. We can think through ideas and stuff. We're just so tired. If we were not tired, we'd be able to. Think about what was stopping us from doing the app. We were so specifically being like, we should have an app where people go to these places. Remember, you remember talking about go to these places. They get like little achievements at each place, and it becomes like an adventure where they go to this pizzeria, and if you go there, you get like this token thing on your digital profile, whatever, and you can you stack it up like a Pokedex or like achievements in on a PlayStation or Xbox.
Maybe you can display it like, pizza eater.
Yeah, like Steam, right?
Thing,
yeah, exactly. And
or you can level up certain things. So if you like get pizza all the time, you get like new pizza titles.
Exactly. Or like, what are those things called where people go around and asking people, or going to houses, a scavenger hunt. That's where it was like an adventure scavenger hunt thing. Mm-hmm. And the idea is so good.
In your community that would
exactly.
You could go like landmarks
and the specific
businesses that wanted to promote themselves could pay to promote like as a feature on the app or something.
Even if it was just a couple cents, we wouldn't charge like anything.
Yeah.
Because it promotes your community. Literally, tiny
There's
places.
Like a little, like family-owned flower shop or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, purchase.
Little breakfast diner.
Yeah, make a purchase and then scan your receipt or some shit.
Yeah. You go to that diner, get an egg, and it's like, excellent day.
Yeah, or whatever. They have like a QR code by the checkout or something. You can scan it and it says like, congratulations, you've been here or something.
So that idea.
Geocache tracks where you go.
We talked about and had written down everything about the app, like all the features we wanted, the entire idea, how we'd incorporate the community, all these different things. And the only reason why we couldn't do it is we had no skills on how to make an app. And so I'm not saying like we can use AI to make an app. What I'm saying is we have the ability to come up with really good ideas, and we can back each other up no matter what. And like, this is the thing that we should, it's almost like the universe is telling us, or at least to me, I don't know if you feel this way, but for me, every single day, I feel like the universe is telling me that I have to, that like there's tools out there now available that makes it more easy to do the ideas you want to do. And it's like, come on, look, we're making it easier for you. Look, comedy is super easy to make. Look, these ideas that you want to do can be made. Look, focus on this thing you're trying to do. It's like the universe is just trying to tell me that. And like, the closer I get to feeling not sick, my stomach not hurting, my brain, all these things, and the more I see like AI shit, and the more I hang out with my friends that are like stuck in the slavery system, the more I'm like, this is literally, like, the universe is literally being set up to make it easier for people. It's just about who can grab onto it. And it just so happens to be either kids, teenagers, or people that can just struggle. Like, if we just struggled and then use like our weekends, or even one day on each weekend, and didn't just hang out, we could spend an hour laughing. We could like spend an hour watching stupid AI shit, laugh, whatever. But then like 5 hours are, let's fucking make some shit.
If we spent like even the next, I'm not saying we should, but I'm saying like in the next 30 minutes or something, just for example, of just like funny ideas for like comedy or something, we could probably come up with like a huge list of like
We do it all the
funny
time.
premises or whatever.
You
Yeah, just like
you do shit all the time. I remember how I played tricks on you, like how I tricked you and Jacob with the funny movie, that movie that wasn't funny. It was so boring.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and then we talked about the shitty poop joke thing with AI,
Yeah.
and then we remember that one time where we talked for like an hour back and forth about like the space thing, and then you would become like a space bug, and I can't remember everything that we were talking about, but it went on for like 3 hours.
Yeah, right.
And I'm
yeah.
like, well, we're gonna forget that shit. And like I still remember kind of, but like we could literally just say the entire crazy story, throw it into freaking AI, and it could be a stupid little like tiny video. Remember the thing with the like the RuneScape joke video? It was just a green screen guy, and the AI made him look into like a cartoon or like a video game.
Yeah.
And his joke was just, you're spending your whole life on RuneScape. We have more, like that's a funny joke, right? But
Yeah.
we have like a lot of in-depth jokes that just like are meta or layered on top of layered or inside jokes or whatever. And like we could do that. And it's like, I feel like the fucking universe is like, this shit exists in another reality. And I am the universe, and I'm telling you that this is possible to do this. Try to do this. Otherwise, you're gonna be doing what you're doing until you die. And you're gonna be like, whatever you want to do. You're gonna be like, you could never get your land, or you could never have a family, or you could never get out of the slavery work, or whatever. But it's like, there's opportunity. It's like it's just fucking in our face about it. It's like making fun of us. To me, it's like, this shit, I love laughing at it, but it's also like the universe is laughing at me for not using it.
Plus, I feel like there's I mean, AI is here and it's gonna get better or for worse or whatever. But there's like people who are just so like staunchly against AI, but it's like those people don't matter. They're not gonna stop progress from happening.
No.
And they're also going to limit their opportunities for not using it.
Because it's gonna take over, man. Doesn't mean that it's like nothing is real, or there's gonna be like a freaking what's that movie? With Arnold Schwarzenegger. The
Terminator?
Yeah, it's not necessarily gonna be Terminator or anything. It could be, but like it's going to be so integral to the point where just kids are just, they automatically use AI to figure out what a thing is. Like, oh yeah, what is that tree over there? And instead of just like asking their friend, and you're like, oh yeah, it's a pine tree, obviously, and I'm just like, oh, and the young friend that's 13 is like, takes a video of it, so it's not AI, and they're like, oh yeah, it's a pine tree of this nationality with this like thing, this origin.
All the information about it.
Yeah, they don't think about it, right?
The first guy wouldn't even know like anything more than it's a pine tree.
But does it matter?
They would know by looking at it
Right.
themselves instead of asking them.
And I'm not saying like it's bad or it's wrong of those people to be that way, like kids or whoever's using AI to do that. I don't care, because it's not my life. I'm just saying like, we can do both. We're like not super young to where we're only using AI, and we're not super old to where we don't use like technology. We're like in the zone where if we had the time and energy, we could be utilizing it like a tool, but also using our brains for cognitive development, and like using like extreme thinking, like thought thinking. What's the word? It doesn't matter. Brainstorming. We could be using that and combining it to be like well thought out ideas and shit. And it, man, we got to do it, man. We've been saying this for fucking 10 years, Austin. We've been friends for what, like almost 20 years, but like 15 years or something. But like the amount of time that we've spent just coming up with ideas and talking about this stuff and saying we're gonna do it and never do it, like it is, I don't care that we never do it. I'm not someone that has regrets. I'm just saying, now, what is our excuse as time goes on and shit becomes easier and easier?
Yeah.
What is the excuse? Oh, we're old?
Because always it was like, oh, here's the hurdle.
Yeah.
Like the time sink and learning curve is too steep.
It's literally like a wall.
So
yeah.
like, it's like, okay, well, I guess we can't really get over it.
Right.
But now it's just like, it's a lot smaller. It's like a little hill.
Yeah.
That's like, just to like learn this stuff. Because like you're saying, like, also, I feel like, it's just a personal thought of mine. And
Yeah.
I think you're kind of starting to see it in abstract, but I don't think like schools are going to teach. They might teach it, but students aren't going to learn.
Yeah.
Like math or some shit. Like they don't even know how to like multiply or divide or some shit.
Because why would they need to?
Yeah, because it'll be like they'll just learn how to use like a phone to like scan all their homework, and then it'll just be like, oh, answers. That's probably all they do now. That's what I would do if I was a kid.
It is what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, what do we do? If we had the opportunity to cheat, of course we would. If it makes you have better grades, if you can get away with it, yeah.
Yeah, like in Naruto when they were cheating on the.
That's the whole point of that
exam.
part. Yeah.
Yep.
The whole point of the exam is like, if you're smart enough, if you figure it out, that's what we want you to do without us knowing. And it's just like, that's what I would want if I was a teacher. Screw it. Like, and you know everybody's doing that. And because they're in like the perfect time where it can't be figured out yet, right? So they're utilizing their brain to know how to cheat, to use these tools, which is good, right? Because it's like a tool, toolbox, like I've always said, with a hammer or a hand. You can nail in a nail with your hand, or you can use a hammer. The AI is like, yeah, of course I'm going to use that for math because it'll explain exactly what it means to me better than a teacher, better than my brain, and they probably understand it. The only issue, like I said, is if there's a fucking crazy war, or like an EMP, or like a virus. That's the only time that like them not having that basic knowledge is going to be a problem. Because in the world we live in, doesn't technically need that knowledge.
That just made me think like, what you just said is like, and I had this in college when I needed help in a math class when I wasn't like getting a concept. I went to a tutor and the tutor wasn't helpful at all.
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
I did poorly on the exam because the tutor didn't like actually help me.
Yeah.
The way
you needed
to like learn it or whatever. But then like tutors are gonna be replaced now. It's just like, oh, I can just like take a picture of this and be like, oh, I need tutoring help with this, and then I'll generate a video of someone being like, yeah, it could be like an anime character telling you like, hey, this is what you need to do, and you're like, whoa, I'm way more engaged in this like fucking
exactly
socially inept weirdo who is
right.
ignoring my questions. And
but then you think about it, what did the tutor? Why was he tutoring? To get some extra credit or get something on his portfolio or whatever. So of course he didn't have to go to your level of how you need to learn. He just needed to show that he's a tutor. Just like these kids needed to show that they can get through a math class. They don't have to do everything like with AI, whatever. Even if they can't use their phones. Like let's say they took away phones. Type. Even if they can't use their phones, they can easily have like a phone in your pocket or a recording device that just like you can record it and it like sends it to the AI and then you can figure it out later. Or you can have like a tiny ear pod thing that's like in your ear and like they can't see it, right? It's so small, and then you could be telling them like what to do or recording it for later. So there's like so many things that are going around like that can scoop around how the system is. It's like we have so many things that are ancient, right? Like things that are not being updated since we were kids, like cereal and shit. It's still the same. But then we have like this crazy technology at the same time. We're in such like a weird zone where we're not sci-fi. We're like on the precipice of sci-fi. And like you were saying, if you were in school and you had the AI to help you, you probably could have got through the thing because you probably would have learned it. You know.
Yeah.
So it's not like a bad thing. It's actually really good. I say please and thank you to every time I talk to AI if I do, because I'm on the side of it. I like it, but it's just like it's crazy. We should be using it, man. Absolutely. And it's just gonna go. It's just gonna keep stacking and stacking, and we're just gonna get older, and it's gonna get better, and it's gonna happen fast. It's happening so fast to where so many people don't take it seriously, and so many people super take it seriously. It is awesome and scary at the same time.
Yeah, it's just like this, even like this type of shit in like 2 years is gonna look like way better than this.
It already looks almost perfect to me.
That's what I'm saying, and it's like it'll be like near flawless. That like you look at it and like right now, I think I can tell like maybe 1 out of 10 of them, I'd be like, wow, this is real.
Yeah, exactly.
But I feel like in 2 years, it'll be like maybe like 5 out of 10 of them. I'll be like,
in
this
two
is real.
in 2 years, I think it's one out of 1,000 in 2 years that you are like, this looks bad. Every other,
shit. Yeah.
that's what I think because it's exponential,
Maybe,
man.
yeah. It might,
Think about what we had as a kid. We didn't even have Google was like in baby form. YouTube was in baby form. We grew up with that stuff, right? Just those as an example. Now it's extreme crazy shit, and we've been like conditioned throughout the years to like shit like this with funniest home videos, with ridiculousness, with anything like that, with YouTube video shit where people do compilations of the try not to laugh, and the AI knows all that, and it has immediate access to all that, and even if it doesn't, like a person that's using it just types in like a funny thing they think of, and so it's just gonna keep stacking, man. We had my dad had a car phone, like, and that lasted for a little while, and then like we had like little phone, we had like house phone, then we had like little phones, then we had ones with keyboard, then it's like it's kind of like, remember you could kind of get a package that was really expensive. I don't know if you remember this, but like my mom had the option to get a package that was expensive where we get internet on her phone, and I'm like, that is really bad. I'm just gonna use the house desktop computer that's super slow and terrible. And then we didn't pay for the internet. And then it's like then smartphones came out, and it's like not an option. You have to get it. And now it's like you essentially need it. Not only do you need it for like all school, anything that interacts with people. There's like nobody that doesn't have one unless they're from like a different country. Even then they have them, and it's gonna be like you need it for, oh yeah, sign in. Will you sign in on the app on your phone for your doctor's visit? And it could be like,
oh yeah, no more paperwork at the doctors.
we think it's crazy, right? We think it's
be like a past thing where it's like,
yeah,
tap your phone, or like they'll just like log in on their Wi-Fi or some shit.
But remember that it's been humans with limited technology, and we've been going that fast with our phones and internet and stuff. Now it's everything we've learned plus humans with technology and smart humans plus other countries competing with us plus AI. So the curve that's like was already fast is like gonna curl all the way around. It's so fast.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think that's like probably one of the biggest parts of it is that like, especially they're saying that the U.S. and China are like heavily involved in this AI competition.
Yeah, like country AI, so, like, super sophisticated shit.
And, like the direct competition is just gonna push each other to like keep making like investing like insane amounts of money in it and like developing new shit.
Dude, this AI shit, is going to get so good that the rate of video games are not going to keep up with how good AI is. So you could like watch a YouTube AI thing about a fake video game with a fake streamer, and it will be. I want to play that game. It doesn't exist, but it looks so cool.
Yeah.
It can come up with the idea before video games. It can come out with car ideas. It can come up with possible alien ideas. It comes up with a cat chasing away a bear. The AI is going so fast. It's like the AI is gonna be sci-fi while we're like in the Stone Age still. And then once we have production AI, which we already do, but like once it's like industrialized and like across all companies and all technology, everything's gonna skyrocket to fucking to sci-fi in our lifetime, dude.
100% believe in like the Industrial Revolution Part 2 with fucking robots and shit.
Except Industrial Revolution was about making means of production in your country and making it like easier for the worker, and it made things to where like our grandparents or great grandparents or whatever were able to get a house and a car and have a family and everything because the Industrial Revolution helped with that, right? This one is like an industrial, whatever the opposite of revolution would be, like an industrial, like chaotic order where people that are wealthy or people that have access to it, to like the AI to be able to do shit for them, will like, that'll be a revolution for them. But people that struggle with it because we're always working, or people in worse conditions than us that are already homeless or already like make no money at all to be able to support themselves, they're just going to get even further in the dust.
Yeah, like, that's why it's gonna get I've said this before, it's gonna get worse before it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better.
Like a lot.
Which is like unemployment's gonna be like more than 50%, and like fucking.
Did I talk to you about the percentages of people, or like, was this in my own brain?
Poverty's gonna be like probably 30% or some shit.
Dude, poverty's like 60% already in the United States.
Well, whatever the poverty like level is, I guess.
Okay, I don't think I told you this. I was looking this up the other day, and my numbers are gonna be slightly off, but I'm gonna be relatively on point with what I'm saying. Do you know how many people live in the United States?
I knew a figure at one point that's probably way wrong now.
It's like,
I thought 300 million, but that was like 10 years ago or some shit, maybe.
It's like 370 million or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Now, do you know how many people work in the United States?
Well, probably like 2/3 maybe. Like, probably, I don't know, like 200 million or something.
Yeah, it's close. It's like, you might be right, but I think it's like around like 170 million.
Oh, okay.
So there's like already, you see the difference? Like 370 million live, about 170 only work. Million.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people don't work because they're either kids, teenagers, or old people, or retired people, okay? Now, it's projected by like some of these top people, like, that are working on AI, and I was just reading about this the other day, and I could get this wrong again, so I'm not like focused on the numbers too much, but it was something like in the next like 8 or 9 years, 100 million jobs will be gone. There's only 170 million people working. There's only gonna be like 70 million people working. Meanwhile, that means 300 million people out of the 370 are not gonna be working. And it could be more than that. It could be like a little bit less, but do we understand what that means? Does anybody understand what that means? That means like the jobs that will be left are like either extremely needed or people fight for them or whatever. It's gonna be crazy,
brutal, man, because like
extremely bad.
The job market's just gonna get so hyper competitive that like I don't know, man. It's gonna be like brutal.
It's already like that, dude. people can't get work.
Yeah.
My mom hears about it with people in her age group trying to get new work. If they get fired, they can't get it. I can't get
That's
it.
like me. Like before my part-time job that I worked a little bit where I was cleaning buildings or whatever. Um, I applied to probably about like 50 to 70 jobs or whatever, and then I got that one.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I ran around on my bike like at 16 years old, applying to places with paper. Not that I don't care. I don't want to go back to that time. I'm just saying, like, it has changed so much, man. There's a ton of scams. There's a ton of fake jobs. There's a ton of companies pretending like they're hiring because they have to look like they're hiring for taxes and government stuff. It is wild. I've been saying this for years. I said this. I had this super long conversation with Jacob. I'm sure I've told you this too. Where, like, I've been saying there's going to be universal income. There's going to be no option. It's not going to be like universal income that we want, where it's like it goes directly into your housing, it goes directly into your car, it goes directly to your food, where like everybody can afford stuff. It's going to be like really bad at first, where it's like not enough to live off of, just terrible. But over time, it's going to have to be enough for people to live, or everybody's going to be rioting or homeless, or the world is going to fucking fall apart, or whatever the fuck.
There's going to be like more like homeless camps that start popping up. Like people will be like probably buying tents will probably be like a thing.
You see a ton of people living in their car or in a van.
Yeah.
You see all these corporations are buying up houses and shit. The vast majority of the people that buy houses are in their 70s or older in the United States. That is fucked up. It used to be people in their 20s and 30s. The majority is old.
It should be people that are trying to like start a family or some shit.
But like, remember this, Austin, because you're a very emotional guy, and also like you want, like you said before, I don't know if you've changed your mind, but you like want a family and stuff. But remember, if you find somebody to date right now, right, and not only is it going to be the issues that go on with dating and all the difficult stuff, and you spend time getting to know them for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, if you do not get out of your, like, if not just you, I'm just using you as an example, but like, if people cannot get out of their jobs that pay almost nothing, and you start to have a family now, it's going to be like those shows that are on TV where it's like a teenager, teenage pregnancy shit. It's going to be the same thing, where you cannot afford to have a kid, cannot be happy in your marriage because you're not able to make money and be able to go on dates with your wife and shit, or provide for your family. It's like, the focus
could lead to like a miserable life or something.
Like, luckily we're men, so if we want to have family like later, we could technically.
Yeah.
But that's what we need to focus on, because I'm like, absolutely not. There's no way I can do like a family anytime soon. Like, in the past when I've thought about it, if I wanted to have kids, I would be like, oh yeah, probably early or mid 30s. Now I'm like, probably fucking late 40s is what I'm thinking, because like there's so much shit. Not for you, I'm just talking about for myself, because there's just so many variables and the world is so fucked. And it's like, I'm bringing a kid. I don't even think it's fair to bring a kid into the world, because if I'm going to be working on my own stuff or trying to get more money into the work, I can't give time to my kid or my wife or whatever. Is that fair? I don't think so. It's just like, it's scary, because, you know what I mean?
I think
it's like a crazy thing that people have never had to consider.
Yeah, I think all this accelerationism, I guess that's happening.
Yeah, that
with all
makes
this,
sense. Yeah.
is like it's going to get worse, but I think it's going to get better.
I think so too.
And I feel like when it gets better, I think I don't like using the word like because I don't believe in the concept of it, but like utopian esque shit where it's like if there is like a utopia project, it's that like people don't have to work and can be taken care of by just the system that's so self-efficient or whatever.
Yeah. I think that we can live in that for sure. I agree with you. And that's where I hope that it's going. I just think it's going to take a lot of shitty governmental stuff. It's going to take a lot of planning. It's going to take a lot of bad shit probably happening first.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you.
And then there'll be a ton of weird old people that'll be like, no, people need to work to earn their money.
Right.
And not see the reality that like all jobs are being, eliminated and shit. But they'll be like, oh, when I was young, I could walk into any building and get a job.
Yeah, well, you're not young, old man.
Yeah, so it's crazy. I don't know.
To get off the topic real quick, you just reminded me with the old people. When I went to visit her at the house, remember I told you about those crazy, like, extremely right-wing neighbors I have?
Were they next door? Or?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're really old. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter if you don't.
Yeah, I don't think you told me they were right-wing. I think you just told me that they were looking to move or something.
Yeah, and when I say right, like extreme right-wing, I mean like delusionally insane ideas.
Like mega people or whatever?
Yeah, like that plus, like just bad.
Oh, shoot.
Like very hateful.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, she told me about how the other day, the other day, she works late, right? And so she was up until like 2 and she was doing laundry and doing dishes, like we all do that stuff. And she had music playing and she didn't realize it was like pretty loud. And eventually there was a bang, bang, bang on the door. And she's like, who the fuck is at the door? Because she's trying to scare them away. And it was the neighbor, and it was an old lady. And Madison, when she was changing her tone, she was like, oh, sorry, was it because my music was loud? Or I think the woman said that, hey, can you please turn down your music or something? And she's like, yeah, that's no problem. And she was really nice and cordial or whatever. And then like, as the lady turned away, she's like, enough is enough, the woman said. And I'm like, if that was me, she said that shit. She's so lucky it wasn't me, let's just say that. Then, what makes it worse...
So she was nice to her face, but when she turned around, she was like, maybe.
Because old people, and not even just old people, but a ton of people are freaking little bitches, little pussy bitches that cannot talk to people.
Why couldn't you just been cordial and like she was nice in return and was like, yeah, I'll just turn it down or whatever.
Exactly.
Like, sorry about that.
Yeah, she was nice. So it's like, this stupid old woman. Then the next day, she did something very out of the ordinary for herself. And she, like, the dude was outside, the old man, and she, like, walked over across the yard to make a point of it, to say, hey, sorry about the noise the other day. I didn't mean for it to be too loud. It just, the window was like right on the edge of the house, on your guys' side. I just wanted to tell you in person, like, apologize.
Yeah.
She did not need to do that. And the dude is like, says some stupid shit about it being loud, and she already said it. Like, shut the fuck up, you stupid retarded old bitch. And like,
so he was still trying to make a point.
Yeah, he was still. That's not the worst part. He was still trying to make a point, and then as he turned around, because these old motherfucking people and he die, are like, he was like, you like living here? And like I said,
What?
if that was me, I'd be like, do you like being alive, you stupid old motherfucker? What did you just say to me?
You like living
This
here?
stupid retard has like yellow down his face every day. I'm like, oh, is your medicine spilling down your face, or do you have mustard every day with what you eat? How about you clean yourself up, you stupid fucking idiot?
Yeah.
How about you go, oh, do you like living here? Do you like living? Because I think it's about time for you to pass away. Get the fuck out of here. That's just some shit that I'd say. Because I hate when people are not just forward and be like nice about it. She was like, I did not realize it. She's being very genuine. And then I need to keep making a point. That's what so many fucking stupid people say. And it happens with like a lot of people, but it's usually old people. I do not like that shit. You do not get a pass because you're old. You have crystallized knowledge. You're
Yeah.
not like a fucking little baby. Why do you get away with that? You know why? Because your spouse or your friends or your family never tell you that you fucking suck. Nobody tells you when you're saying some shit that people don't like. Everybody's just like, blah, blah, blah. Which is why
it's fine because they're old. They can say whatever the fuck they want.
that's why, exactly. That's why the thing that I try to impart on you, since you're like a keep the peace guy, is when it's something that matters to you, do not fucking let that shit go. Let it go if it's like, oh, your parents or you're something silly or something that like people are trying to rile you up. Let it go, be the keep the peace. But when it's some shit that matters to you, when it's some shit that matters to
He's
you,
playing Overwatch.
yeah, I can hear it. Don't let that shit go, man. What I mean by that is, it's good to be someone who lets shit roll off your shoulder, but when it's just like someone's being a piece of shit to you, when you're already being nice, you're already a good neighbor, you're already a good person, whatever it is,
Yeah,
you're going out of your way.
For me, I build a lot of credit with people.
Yeah.
Where like, oh, like he just lets things go, or he's like understanding and
In a good way.
nice.
Yeah, a good way.
But then if something happens and I do stand on business on something, then it'll alert to them. They're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like something like I fucked up because I made this guy like mad or some shit.
Exactly.
And I've done that with bosses before. Like
Yeah, exactly. You've told me that so many times.
Any jobs that
I love that
been
shit.
at, I'll do that shit when they like cross the line or are disrespectful towards me.
Yeah, as you should.
I'm not gonna work for people and be disrespected. That's one thing that, like, and my mom, I have a different value system or opinion than what my mom says, because, like, sometimes I tell her that shit and she's like, well, that's gonna be every job, and
Yep.
you're gonna have to deal with, like, people you don't like. And
That's what my mom would say.
And I'm like,
yep.
Nope. I'm like,
absolutely
I'm not
not
gonna work for people who don't respect me. I don't care if they're my boss.
Yes.
I don't care who they are. I'm not gonna let another grown person talk to me in a way that's like dehumanizing or not respectful or something. So
exactly, because at what point do you forget? At what point do you make concessions for everything, and you're like, you lose yourself because you just constantly are just like, it's fine. And I am very much, we're both like that. You and I like are very similar in that way, where we just let things go. Like someone zaps us with some mean lightning or whatever, and we just do the thing in the Avatar where we fucking redirect it. We redirect the lightning. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody says about me or whatever. But when it's just like, specifically they're doing some shit that is rude or sucks or terrible or whatever, like speaking up, even if it's a stranger, speaking up is important, because most likely, in my opinion, yes, they have stress, they have all these things, whatever, but the reason why they get to that point where they act that way is because nobody is telling them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, not like, oh, I need to teach you, like I'm your teacher, your parent, but like I'm like man to man or woman to woman, or like person from the outside to a parent or something. Like, from my perspective, you are, this thing that you're doing is not cool at all. How the fuck is nobody, in my brain, how the fuck is nobody telling this person that? And that's like that's the only way that it keeps going, right? It's not just like,
Yeah, people getting left unchecked,
yeah,
like acting.
yeah.
Yeah.
That shit is just fucked, man. But
I think for strangers, at least for me, um, I can more easily let that go. I don't always, but I'm more likely to let strangers off the hook just because I'm like, I'm never gonna see you again, thankfully. So
yeah,
it's less of like a direct concern for me.
and you don't know them, so it's like you can give them
Yeah,
the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's just a terrible day or something.
yeah, but uh, I think some people definitely do need and deserve to be, you know, rebuked or whatever.
Like something that my sister went to visit my sister and her boyfriend went to visit my grandparents recently, and my nan was like saying to my granddad, my papa, she was saying, I don't remember exactly what it was because I wasn't there, right? But she said something like, "Oh, I hate like your mustache looks terrible," or like, "I don't like that you got your hair cut so short; it looks ugly," or like, "When you were younger, you're so handsome, and now you're ugly," or something like that. And it was my sister says more serious, and then she's like, "Oh, why?" She like had a conversation with my nan about it, and then she didn't like it didn't really get through to her. And then my sister to her boyfriend was like, "Your mustache looks terrible and ugly. I hate it," like in front of her
Yeah.
to her boyfriend. And my nan was like, "That's not very nice." And my sister was like, she was like just taken aback, like mouth agape, just being like, "What?" She was trying to make it very obvious that she was doing the same thing. And then my sister was like, "Oh no, you're really handsome. I was just joking." And then my nan's like, "See, that's way better." And I'm like, or my sister's like, "What?" Because it was such an obvious thing, and it happened. She did it like 30 seconds after their conversation, and
That's
so
really funny that your sister did that
yeah,
just to like test to see like what would happen or whatever.
well,
To like
it's
kind of call that out too.
yeah, because it's like that, right? Um, and even if it was, even if she was saying it like that's like their dynamic, my grandparents' dynamic, then they would have had the conversation and talked about like, hey, that's just our dynamic, but like it wasn't. So it's just weird. So like that's like the type of thing that I'm talking about too, like telling people what are you doing, like some like a parent that doesn't know how to parent and they're like screaming at their kid in the grocery store, or like someone tries to put hands on somebody, like come on, I'm gonna fucking speak up because I don't like looking at that shit and hearing it and like seeing some shit that I think that I feel like in my reality and in my experience is really bad. Like speak up about it. Doesn't always have to happen. Like I said, I just let everything go. I just don't get upset really ever. But there's times where you step down and like try to think about it. Like the times that I made you upset sometimes, and then we talk about it and you're like, oh yeah, it was just a misunderstanding, or even if it wasn't, if I was just being like not understanding of like how you're feeling or thinking or whatever, and then we talk about it and then we're like, oh yeah, we get to the consensus of we understand what's going on, apologize or whatever.
Yeah.
Like more people need to do that.
Yeah, I feel like people.
We have like pride or something, or I don't know if that's the right word.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people nowadays. I mean, this isn't exactly what you're talking about, I don't think, but there's just a lot of people who like have certain ideas or beliefs, and that becomes like their reality or their truth, and then anyone who speaks against any of their ideas are like fucking evil or some shit. And
Yeah.
it goes like any certain way about like religion or politics or
races.
Yeah, like anything that someone believes, just like ideas in general, people cement, most people cement their way of thinking, and then are just, it's like, yeah, it's like being closed-minded, I guess, where you only see your perspective and everyone else's doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just weird to me.
Yeah, I think having like malleable perspective or malleable understanding, I should say, is way better than the cemented one. Because then you're like open to different ways of thinking and stuff, or understanding people or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like people don't want to understand how other people think.
Yeah, they just want them to think the same way or similar.
Yeah. And that goes for like almost all people of different views and stuff.
Yeah. What time is it right now? Oh, you sent me that video. Okay, good. 10:30. Okay. What time are you trying to go to sleep? You still want to watch these crazy AI videos?
I probably don't want to be up past 1 o'clock at the absolute latest.
Well, yeah, I can take
But,
off whenever you're ready. I want to stay. The only way I'm staying super late is if it's the weekend, and
yeah.
if you want me to.
Also, you're like last time. You're welcome to sleep on the couch or whatever.
Yeah, thank
If
you.
you feel too tired to drive home.
Yeah, if I have to make that decision each time.
I know your medication affects how awake you are, I guess.
Yeah, like chemically helps me sleep for my insomnia, so it makes sense. I should not drive if it has fully kicked in. Like, it doesn't mean I'm gonna like completely fall asleep necessarily at the wheel. It just means it becomes a lot more dangerous.
Yeah, like it's a red light and you're waiting a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you're
like I had to do that thing where, when you're like really tired but you're trying to go somewhere and you like try to shake your body, or you try to like hit yourself in the face or turn up music or something,
yeah.
or you're like or you like even do this but your eyes just have a mind of their own. And
I was like a dangerous asshole at my one factory job I had where I was making gas tanks for cars, because I was getting on the freeway at like fucking like 5 in the morning or like 4:30 in the morning or some shit, and I was like, because have always been a like procrastinator and shit, I would like always wait until like last minute I could, especially since I was getting up so early. I was like, I'm gonna sleep like every minute or second I can in my bed and then go to work.
Right.
Until I'm like not late or some shit.
We both. I think a lot of people do that.
Yeah. And like I wish I could get up an hour before work. I mean I can. It's just I have such a hard time.
Well, yeah, man.
Doing like I've never really successfully made that adjustment, despite me like in the past trying like many times to set like earlier alarms. They'll just go off, and then my like 90% sleep version of me is just like, no, I'll get up later.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping. I need the sleep.
Dude. Wait, did you have more to say about that?
Oh yeah, so yeah, no, I was just saying I was like the whole point of all I was saying was like, I know exactly what you mean, because plus I would stay up late playing games or on my phone or something, so I would be like really fucking tired, and then I would like be rushing to work. There's like nobody on the road at that time, or like hardly anyone, and then I would just be like fucking going like 90 or some shit, like flying on the freeway like 90 plus, and like my eyelids are really heavy, I'm really fucking tired, and then I'll be going like 90, 95, and be like, and then I'll be like, how far did I travel? Am I alive? How am I alive? Is this another version of me where
I've thought about that so many times. I think about that all the time, where I'm like, I do something, where I glance at something, or I get tired, wherever. I'm like, there's another reality where I died. I'm like, I know for a fact, like in any multiverse type shit.
There's a theory, I forget what it was called. I think I just saw a video on it or some shit. But it's a theory that like anytime you die, your consciousness is actually traveled to an alternate timeline where you didn't die.
Yeah, no, I've thought about that before, where I'm like, I wonder if everybody has a separate reality, and in that reality, you don't die. Like you know, as a human, like you will degrade and you'll die when you get old. But like in your reality, you never die from like some accident. But if somebody in your life dies, it's because that's like in your reality that they die. But in their reality, they never die either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to explain.
Infinite alternate timelines.
Right.
Their consciousness at the moment of their death in your reality transferred to a different alternate timeline for them.
Yeah.
Where they didn't die from that, and then their shit's still moving on.
Whenever you think about that, whenever like you have a point where you're like, dang, I could have died.
I remember one time, it was like ROTC in high school. We were like cleaning up trash on the roads or some shit, and I was leading a group, and we were about to cross the street, and I was like, okay, come on, guys, and then it was like the fucking red like stop, don't walk thing or whatever, and I just like mindlessly I was like, okay, let's cross the street, and then like I think Devin was with me. He like grabbed my shoulder and pulled me back. He's like, nah, dude, it's like we can't walk. And there's like a car that like came by. I was like, holy shit! Like if I did walk out, like I would have like gotten splattered or some shit. And I'm like,
yeah.
There's another reality where like Devin wasn't there or some shit, or like I just
kept walking. Yeah. No, I have like a different sense when I'm like, yeah, I just died right there. It's like I feel it. I don't know, because I don't think that we feel everything that's going on in the universe or reality that we're in, dimension or whatever, plane of existence. I don't know what it is, but I feel like there's like moments where I'm like, I was dead. Like, remember that when I told you about that one car that was on the lane that I was in, going directly the opposite way to me, parallel like this? And I was going down a lane, and then the car flipped in front of me, literally right in front of my car, and I slammed on my brake. I did a dime, and the car next to me with that old dude slammed into that fucking guy. And I'm like, there's a universe where
Was that the one where you were drinking water at the same time, or was that a different one?
Yeah, I drank water, and if I took a sip of the water like a second later, I'd have been dead.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was that.
Yeah. Because it slammed. The truck, they must have fallen asleep or like had like a heart attack or something. I don't know. But the car had no indication that it was going to do that. It was just out of nowhere, just fucking immediately flipped to the diagonal, slammed into that dude. And I'm like, that is crazy. Or like when my tire exploded recently, I'm like, I need to get roadside assistance or 911 or whatever to block that lane and help me, because
otherwise
a freight truck's gonna fucking slam into my car and kill my cats, and all my shit's gonna be gone.
Yeah, you did die.
Yeah.
But
or
your consciousness was in the
right.
one that
Or like the time when me and my ex-girlfriend were traveling back from Jahira's, and we got in that crazy accident where the drunk driver truck slammed into the car. Yeah. They just kept going, and we spun like 5 times, and then she went into shock and everything, and I had to get her out of the car. Like, there's a reality where it hit the car like at the right way, and then the car like exploded or flipped us, and we went into the ditch because we got like, luckily we just spun in the road.
We got impaled by some metal in the car.
Yeah, like I could have been like using a pen or something that fucking stabbed me in the neck or whatever, or he could have been eating or something, you know. So yeah, that theory I think is like has a lot of merit to it in my opinion. Not like I don't know all the evidence or I never read about it fully, but like that shit is scary shit and probably has some meaning behind it. Oh yeah, well I'll just say this real quick. When I woke up this morning because I was staying at my sister's place, her dog was laying with me. I didn't even know he was laying on top of me, and because he's kind of small, I'm like, okay, it makes sense I didn't wake up because both cats are probably like his weight combined and they lay on me. And I remember vaguely waking up and he was like on me and I just didn't even move. I was just laying because I was on the couch. And she said, do you want tea? And she didn't eat tea. I'm like, sure, but I can't remember exactly what I said. She gave me the tea and she told me that like I drank some of it while laying down. And then I like fell back asleep and I put it on the table next to me. She like moved the table. And then when I woke up, I did not remember any of that. And it was just really weird. I don't know.
Oh, really? You like slept, drank tea, or some shit?
Yeah, there was something about it. I was trying to relate to something you said, but I can't remember what it was now. But now it just sounds like I said a random stupid story, but it was something that you said that it reminded me of that. It doesn't matter, but yeah, I do think that is a thing, like you said, where you're jumping to each one.
Yeah. It's just an interesting theory because it can't be disproven, but it can't be proven either.
Well, yeah, because we don't have like recorded shit of people dying and coming back and saying like what happens. So in everybody's reality, they don't die because it's not like it's not like you're aware when you die. So you know what I mean? You don't. It's hard to explain. It's not like, oh shit, I died, and then I wake back up and like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm supposed to be alive or whatever. Yeah, it's weird.
I feel like we're getting closer and closer to like Black Mirror episodes.
Oh
I feel
yeah.
like we've already lived through a few of them.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's a bunch of that. Yeah.
This technology is crazy.
It's awesome, but yeah, crazy.
I saw some video of some guy being like, oh, you need to delete AI off your phone. Like, stop using AI. It's evil or some shit. And then he's like, his main points were that it would just be used for bad, I guess. And it's like, yeah, but they're gonna make it anyway.
Yeah, I think.
But he was saying shit like, and it was I think it's sort of like an emotional appeal to be like, oh, this is why you can't use AI. He's like, they're making child porn. They're making like baby child porn and shit. Like, stop using this shit. And it's like, you can't really argue against that. It's a tool that could make something like that, and that there would be weird people who do that kind of stuff. But it's like also, it's going to happen. It sounds fucked up to say that, like, not that it should.
Because it could make anything. It's like,
yeah,
it has no restrictions as far as we know right now.
Right, or like, I'm sure that the apps and stuff like have restrictions about what they can do.
Like all the apps that we have access to, yeah, for sure. They have everything and put in place.
They'll probably eventually, if not already, have already figured out like how to bypass restrictions and stuff and make whatever they want.
I think like using AI as a tool and not relying on it, just like using it to help yourself, like to do things is good. But if you're using it as like, this is my brain now and I don't ever think, then that's bad.
Oh, and his other thing was the jobs thing. That's going to happen. It's like,
Yeah.
if people stop using it on their phones, it's not going to change the fact that, like, you know.
I don't think our parents or grandparent people understand that it's going to be doing that. I don't think a lot of people understand how fast it's going to happen and going to replace everything like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think I told you about this when I was in the other state. I don't know if you've seen them at grocery stores around here, but have you seen those tall robots going around the grocery store?
Tall robots?
Yeah, so there's these tall robots that are the shape of like a pillar, and they're probably like 10 foot tall, and they go around and they whistle. They make a sound like, and then they make one that's a slightly deeper whistle a couple seconds later, and they look like kind of like those, you know, those fans that don't have a fan. They're like those ones that just shoot out air like a circle.
Yeah.
They're shaped like that, but like a tall pillar, like a pencil kind of shape, and they have like a scanner thing in it. And they go through the aisles and scan to see if anything's dirty, like produce and stuff, and then they go through like the aisles to scan to see if anything is like in the wrong place. And I've seen it at 3 different places there in the other state where they're going down the aisles and they do the whistling so that if someone that's blind can hear them, and if there's someone that's deaf, they can see them because they're like really big. And then it's for they go slow, and they're thin so people can get around them in the aisles. But that's what they do. They go through and check everything, and then a person will replace it. But it's only a matter of time before the checking robot does it. Then the robots that, you know, go through and change the produce or go through and put things on the shelves come up. It'll be like checking one, the one that takes the bad stuff away, the one that puts the good ones out, and then the one that takes it off the trucks and stuff. You know how easy that is to, like, eventually it's gonna happen. It's just, man, and it's slowly happening. Like, I've been to 2 different restaurants. There's probably places in like other countries that already do this, but I've been to 2 different restaurants that have those robot waiters where they drive up with your food and can take the tip or whatever.
Yeah, my mom told me about one that she had at a Mexican restaurant or whatever. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, man, it's cool stuff. We just have to make sure we integrate it into our lives. Not everybody. I'm talking about you and me, the people we care about. We have to integrate it in our lives as something normal so that we can use it safely and respectfully if they become aware, and in ways that enrich our lives, not just make lives easier. We want it to be beneficial to us.